Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello! Hi!
Welcome to the Port Charles 411 Part 3 of Anna Devane.
I think this has been my favorite.
This has been a lot of fun.
I think that
I can't believe we're going to have like 5 parts of her.
Yes.
Wasn't Liz 4?
I think so.
We did a lot with Liz.
But Liz didn't have a whole life somewhere else. So that's why Anna had the extra piece. But yeah, I think this was my favorite years to rewatch and do
2006 to 2008.
Yes.
Well, okay, so she was on 85 to 91, then All My Children, and then back to General Hospital 2006 to 2008. I feel like I've had Anna Devane longer in my life longer than 14 years, because I wouldn't have been watching because I would have been in elementary school.
Oh my God, you're such a baby.
In 91.
Maybe just the rumor of knowing about her.
And hearing about her from Robin.
Yes.
And everything. Okay. Because I'm like, I don't feel like the first time I saw Anna Devane was 2006.
No, but you probably watched old stuff.
And we didn't have YouTube back then.
No, we didn't have YouTube back then. But I mean, I don't know. They came out with those special tapes and stuff. You didn't do any of that?
I don't know.
Because like I have the tape probably in my basement somewhere close to that other tape of Greatest Weddings. So like I got to watch Luke and Laura. That was how I first saw Luke and Laura's wedding and Frisco and Felicia's. And I think maybe Duke and Anna were on that tape also. But anyway, and so I watched them, but no, I didn't watch them in real life. I just happened to see them. So maybe you saw some of it that way?
Maybe.
Would you have? I don't know.
I just feel like 2006 is too recent for me to adjust.
I agree.
But at the same time, when I just had 14 years, that sounds a lot further than what I was thinking.
When did Luke and Laura come back?
Early 90s.
Okay, so they referred to the time back when Anna was around.
Yeah, maybe I just heard it. Well, because in Mac. So maybe I just did hear a lot about her. So I just didn't really realize I hadn't seen her.
Yeah, because I don't think, obviously she didn't come back, but they still would always say, she's on assignment here. She's there. Like they mentioned her enough that she was a constant thread through the series.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. So in 2006, Anna surprised her ex-husband, Robert, and old friend, Luke Spencer. So quick note about this one. So I did watch, this is pretty much all that I got to watch on YouTube. I just couldn't fit YouTube into my schedule this week, unfortunately. I was actually listening to it more as a podcast than actually watching it. So was this the first time that Anna met Luke? Because she says to Luke Spencer, I presume, and the way that they're talking, because think about it. Anna came after Luke died, quote, died.
Really?
We need to do this rundown.
We do, because that never occurred to me.
So 2006 could have been the first time Luke met Anna as well.
Yeah.
The way that they talked to each other, she said something that I obviously wrote down. First time Anna met Luke, ? Seems so weird because...
Right, because like I just said, they talked about Scorpio and all that. I know that Luke and Laura, that all kind of just went together somehow.
But Luke and Robert...
Right.
Were the old friends in this sentence.
Right.
Like most things, this one sentence is not wrapping up exactly. So we'll read it, but then we'll discuss it. Because you watched this part too? Okay. Along with her daughter, Robin, when she dropped in on them while they were at the Markham Islands, Luke and Robert had gotten involved in a jewelry heist with Holly Sutton, and the 3 of them had been imprisoned. Robin arrived to offer assistance to her father, and Anna was on the trail of the stolen jewels. Anna greeted Robert with a few punches to the face. Oh no, she totally,
she laid him out.
She beat him up, but had returned with sole intention of reconnecting with Robert and her daughter, Robin. They still would have been married, correct? Because
of both being presumed.
They were both presumed dead. She came back, and he pretended to still be dead. Because that's where the punches came from was... And so she did reference that she lost her mind because he's like, well, you were alive. She goes, I lost my memory.
But then that means she would have been married to Robert whenever she was married
to David.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, but she was widowed. In her mind, she was widowed.
True.
It's to the best of legal knowledge.
True.
She was widowed.
True. Okay.
So, but for Robert to have been alive and not have cognitive delays,
right,
or issues.
Right, because Robin had even asked on All My Children, is Dad still alive too then? And
right.
she said she didn't know.
Right.
So, yes.
But so Anna did reference her. This was like the only thing that referenced her time on All My Children was that she lost her mind, her memory. So she enjoyed catching up with her daughter and was intrigued by Robin's strong feelings for a doctor named Patrick Drake. And Anna promised to visit as soon as she could meet him. This was such a good... It was just so good.
It was the action-packed Anna that I think of whenever we talk about Anna now, and I say, she's kind of boring. That's because of these years. 2006 to 2008 is the Anna that's in my mind.
But even from what we've already discussed in the previous 2 episodes.
Right.
You know, she was...
This was like the highlight reel for me, though.
When was the last time we saw her really punch anyone and take them down?
For every time that you typed in on YouTube to look up something for Anna during these years, the title of it was Anna Kicks So-and-so's Butt.
Yep.
Every single, and it was like, here she's beating up so-and-so. Here she's being, like, we'll get into it, obviously. But it was so funny because she was in charge.
Well, and she really laid into Robert about staying dead. And then Robin laid into the both of them. And she's like, this is the first time I've had both my parents in one place for 15 years.
Yes, exactly. And I liked the conversation between Anna and Robert and Robin whenever she was talking about Patrick. Did you watch that? Mm-hmm. She was like, you made her, she punched Robert again, or she smacked him again. Yep. And she was like, you made her fall in love with you.
And he's like, what?
Yeah. And Robin's like, I need you to elaborate on that sentence because what are you talking about? And then she went on about how little girls fall in love with someone that reminds them of their dad, which I think I disagree with, or I hope so anyway. But, anyway, and this guy's a jerk, but he's cute and he knows how to say this right and blah, 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 blah. And it was so Anna and Robert, I guess that sums it up. That was their relationship.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
It was really fun to watch.
Yes.
And that's why I did not get very far because I even text you and I said, by the way, I'm starting at the beginning and Anna doesn't come in until halfway through.
Right.
Because it was, and they don't mention here, it was Lulu and Dylan, and it was great to see Robert and Luke engaging with their daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, and Lulu was laying Luke out.
Yep.
Like, sorry, I care if you die.
Yeah, exactly. And Robin was funny in those scenes too, because she knew her parents when the jewels went missing.
Oh,
she was like, let's go through this. No, Mom, it needs to be you because she was drugged. She was this.
And that was your signature. Was
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was funny to see, even though she didn't spend as much time with them as she would have liked to.
Right.
She knows all their tricks.
Yep.
It's very cute.
That was really good.
That was a good storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That was whenever Tracy was with Luke and she came to collect him. Yeah, I could have watched all those episodes, but I didn't because I was not getting stuck in the rabbit hole that you were in. So I moved forward.
I thought that my week was going to be different than it was.
It's okay. I understand. I had a hard time. I had to be here at noon today, and I was watching it up until the very last minute that I had to walk out the door. So. A few weeks later, an investigation of Lorenzo Alcazar, who's also a good character.
I miss him.
Led Anna back to Port Charles, although she used visiting her daughter as her cover story. Anna was disappointed to learn that Robin and Patrick had broken up, and she decided to meddle in her daughter's relationship. Anna encouraged Robin to take a chance on love, and Robin and Patrick sorted out their relationship. When Anna realized Robin was in love, she made sure Patrick felt the same way before she left Port Charles and headed out on a different assignment. So this would have been when night shift was going on, because we saw the night shift nurses in parts of these episodes. And so he was being all flirty, as we know from our night shift investigation.
Yes.
With the nurses and all that. So I would assume that has something to do with why they were broken up at that time.
And how Anna had the time to meddle.
She was a good meddling mom.
But she was, because she wasn't trying to overstep. Like it said, she wanted to make sure Patrick loved Robin too before she tried to be matchmaker. Because if he didn't, she wasn't going to.
There's no point.
She was going to help her daughter recover instead of.
Yes.
Anna returned for the summer of 2007 in Port Charles. And this was during the time where she really was only coming in for a little bit and then leaving for a good chunk of time. And she tried and succeeded in turning Dr. Noah Drake into the drastically paranoid Eli Love to stand in for him at the Lifebeat concert, which was held to support HIV and AIDS awareness. Anna, Noah, Robert, and Patrick Drake. Anna, Noah, Robin, and Patrick Drake. Anna, Noah, Robert.
I'm sorry. You're just too funny. Go ahead.
Anna, Noah, Robin, and Patrick Drake, Noah's son, had many strange and funny encounters that surrounded Noah's transformation into rock and roll artist Eli Love. Anna also dated Noah for a while.
Ew.
Exactly. I was just going to say, I'm like, that's kind of gross. Like, hey, our kids are dating. You want to get together? One time, Robin and Patrick walked in on them in the supply closet at General Hospital. Anna returned to General Hospital in April of 2008 to learn that her daughter, Robin, was expecting a child. Anna was unable to handle the news that she was going to be a grandmother and ended up in a drinking contest with Luke Spencer. And in doing such, she became very drunk. She left on May 7th and returned on June 27th, 2008. On July 18th, 2008, with the return of Eli Love, Anna finally accepted the fact she was going to become a grandmother and admitted to Robin how excited and grateful she was.
You didn't watch any of the Eli Love stuff?
I didn't.
Oh,
please
my
remember.
God.
Okay, I did originally when it aired, but I did not rewatch. So please.
It was so good. So Eli Love was in the hospital because he had something wrong with his brain and needed surgery. But he didn't want to get the surgery done because he had this concert to put on for the AIDS Foundation. It was a huge fundraiser, blah, blah, blah. So it just happened to be that Drake's dad looked exactly like Eli Love.
Of course.
And so if they could get him to act just like Eli, then Eli would go ahead and have the surgery done. So Anna, who was like a huge Eli Love fan, she had followed him all over the world and been to all his different concerts, was like, you need to get this done because if not, you're going to die and you owe us fans to continue on with your music, blah,
Sure.
blah, 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 and stuff. And so she ended up turning Noah into Eli and teaching him, you know, just like the swagger that Eli Love had or whatever. And Robin and Patrick said to her multiple times, quit being so friendly. You are falling for him like he's Eli. He's not Eli. And
Right.
she kept saying, you know, I'm a spy. I know what fake personalities are. And I understand this is not actually him, but we have a connection. And so they did end up hooking up, and Robin and Patrick walked in on them and were like, ew, oh my gosh, we had this conversation. And Patrick was concerned because Eli Love was a heavy drinker and Noah was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And so there was, you know, walking that fine line and pretending to be drunk and all that kind of stuff. But Anna had a really good time being the person to mold
Fangirling.
him. Yes, into Eli. And that was one of the videos. It says Anna knocks some chick off the bar. And so this girl approached him and was like, don't you remember we were in Mexico and we did this? And he totally played along. And then she was like, how about some body shots? And she jumped up on the bar and like pulled her shirt up, and Anna walked over and pushed her off the bar and then took that like water spray thing they used to make drinks and like hosed her down and was like, get out of here. He's with me. Done.
Right.
And it was super, super funny. So
it's the fountain gun.
It's like a canister.
It's not no, I thought you meant like
it's not the pop thingy. It was like a canister or something. I don't know. I never.
It's always been in the cartoons.
Yeah. But it's like behind the bar for some reason.
I never had one of those behind the bar.
Yeah. Okay, so I've never bartended. I don't know what tricks
we had water in the fountain gun.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd have it in the bottle thing, but whatever.
Well, as a good prop for when you have to be.
I guess that makes sense. And then
now that you're saying this, I do remember watching.
See, it was so good. And then the drinking game was her and Luke on the Haunted Star, and they were playing roulette. And if it landed on one color, Luke had to drink. The other color, she had to drink. And the little slot in between, I don't know what that's called, then they had to remove an article of clothing. And whoever was naked first was going to be the winner. And Tracy knew that they were drinking, and she went to Robin and was like, can you collect your mother, please? Because she's hanging out with my husband and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
So they were all like so fun scenes. I really just enjoyed her back then.
And in case you don't know, Noah Drake is played by actual musician Rick Springfield. And if you don't know who that is, go listen to Jesse's Girl. He's the guy who sings that. Among other songs, but it's his best known. So
I always mix him up, Rick Springfield and Springsteen, and my sister always yells at me because she's like, how? I'm like, because their names are the same.
That. No, they're not.
Their names are the same. Not. That's the same name, pretty much. Same name. I'm sorry. I don't, I know them, but I don't know them.
Rick Springfield and Bruce Springsteen Totally different. I'm with your sister.
You're a music person, though, and I'm not. So.
Team Val.
Yeah, that's fine. She can win. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm just saying I mixed them up. So, where did you leave off? Oh, so yeah, that was her drinking and then finally accepting that she was going to become a grandma. Oh, when Eli Love came back, that was funny too, because Eli said something condescending along the lines of, now you're going to be a grandma, like I can't be with you, even though they had a brief romance. Yeah. So Robin asked Sonny for a favor and had Max and Milo pretend like they were going to kidnap Eli, and Anna got to rescue him. And then Anna got mad because she was like, I don't need you setting me up. Like, I am good enough. If he doesn't want me, he doesn't want me. I don't care. And so there was like a back and forth between them of, I'm sorry, I was just trying to make you not feel like an old grandma. And Robin wouldn't call her a grandma. She kept calling her a woman whose child is having a child, because that made it a little easier for her to accept the fact that she was being grandma. So Anna once again returned to Port Charles on October 29th, 2008, just in time for her pregnant daughter's wedding to Patrick. I don't know why it doesn't just say Robin's wedding to Patrick, but anyway. During the wedding ceremony, Robin went into labor and gave birth to a daughter, Emma Grace Scorpio Drake. When Robin fell into a coma shortly after giving birth to Emma, Anna was there to give her daughter strength and help her through the ordeal. Robin recovered, and they were all able to go home and enjoy their time with their new addition to the family. Robin and Patrick set another date for the wedding, and this time Robin asked Anna to be her maid of honor at the wedding. Robert, Patrick, Robin, Anna, and Max Scorpio then shared a meal and toasted to family. Robin summed up the meaning of family as she told each of them how much they meant to her and how grateful she was to have family around her so they could share Christmas together.
On Robin and Patrick's wedding day, Anna danced with Patrick at the reception and told him she would trust him with her daughter. Patrick thanked her for the trust and said he would never stop loving Robin. As Robert watched them, he flashed back to the time that they were her parents and they would love her forever. When Robert turned to Anna and asked if she thought about the time they admitted to being Robin's parents, they were both stunned to learn that they were both recalling the same moment at the same time. Aww. Anna remarked to Robert that she was in awe that a young woman as lovely as Robin was conceived out of their love for each other. Anna had tears in her eyes as she looked from Robert to her daughter. And then there's just 2 quick lines about 2010.
You didn't watch the wedding either?
Mm-mm.
It was...
When it happened, yes, but...
Right. I
refresher, no.
And it was cute because Maxie was paranoid because Robin had gone into labor at the first wedding. Yes. Something bad was going to happen this time. And this was whenever her and Spinelli were like just getting together, I think, because he was shocked that she asked him to dance and then like the party was over. But anyway, so she just kept saying to everyone, like, be prepared. And they were like, calm down, Maxie, the wedding is going to happen. But it had some really nice moments of Anna doing Robin's makeup and then talking about, being there for each other and having Emma and all that kind of stuff. And then Robert had a heart-to-heart with Patrick. Oh my God, I totally lost his name there for a minute. With Patrick about being a good husband and whatever. Oh, and Anna gave a cute toast about never go to bed angry, always believe in your spouse. Something about even if you think they're being stupid, always have their back kind of stuff. And it was a cute, as she said that, she looked at Robert, even if you think he's stupid, and the whole crowd laughed or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was very cute just seeing them together. Aww. And they're reminiscing. They played that old clip of Robin saying to both of them, "You're going to love me forever, you promise?" And she was cute, little 6-year-old Robin. And they said, yeah, whatever. Of course they're going to. And then she ended it with, okay, well, just don't ever do this again. And then I forgive you. And it was like, aww, cute little baby Robin. And then the 2010 lines say, in early 2010, Robin indicated that Anna and Robert are once again doing espionage missions. It is also implied that Anna spends her free time in London. In January of 2010, Robin and Emma visit Anna in London.
Yeah, I guess I forgot just how much back and forth. She would be in for a month or two.
Right.
And then be gone for a year.
Right, exactly. And she would always apologize, sorry. And then, at one point she did say, it was before Robin got pregnant, the first time that her and Patrick were together, whenever the Eli Love stuff was first going on, she said to Robin, if you want me to stay, all you have to do is ask. And Robin was like, I know that, but I would never ask you to give up something that you love.
Right.
And it was funny at one point, whenever she showed up, she didn't call first. She dropped in from the skylight, and Robin was at Patrick's house, and she was like, can you go get the rope down and close the skylight so whoever's following her doesn't know where she went? And I'm like, could you imagine saying that to your husband? Hey, my mom's here. Can you go like wrap that out for her?
Right.
Sure. It's just
oh my gosh,
normal everyday life. And he went to the bar and was like, man, you have to have sympathy for me. My baby mama's mom is like the hottest person I've ever seen. And Robin walked in and heard him and was like, I can't believe you would say that, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
And he said something about, well, you're pregnant. You're not supposed to be hot. And that got them, yeah, off on a whole another. We'll have to do Patrick and Robin getting together, too, because he was a good jerk back in the day and then reformed from that. So
a little bit.
But, I mean,
he still has some jerk in him.
And I don't know. I don't think I would like being with some guy whose dad was as hot as Anna is as a woman. That might be a little intimidating.
Yeah, but then you have that to look forward to when they get older.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Robin's a doctor. They work crazy hours and don't get enough sleep and whatever.
Do you think spies have regular sleep?
I would just think they're more active because they're out and about doing all their missions. So Anna's going to be more fit than Robin, no matter what Robin does.
I feel like, I don't know.
Not saying that Robin's not beautiful. She is, but I don't know. We talked about this before.
Can we please compare a doctor's schedule to a spy schedule?
Yes. Someone give me the numbers on that, please.
Well, because I know a lot of doctors work out and everything, but
I would feel like it would be a lot of effort to be a doctor on that schedule and still eat healthy all the time and exercise all the time.
And she is raising her 2 kids, whereas, unfortunately,
as I do not have a spy's body. Let me blame it on anything I can.
It's because we're not spies.
Exactly.
That's why we don't look like that.
Exactly like that. If only I was a spy.
Right. Not a lifelong trained dancer, as Ms. Finola Hughes is.
Yeah. But no, that was fun. This where I need to. Yeah, you should. You should go. That stuff with Eli Love was just priceless.
I will watch the 2012 to 13, which is the next section, before I go back.
Yeah, because don't get lost. We already talked about.
No, I can't. But it's been fun. I really enjoy, I guess, revisiting.
Yeah.
Now.
I know. Isn't it funny as you watch it? You're like, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So I guess join us on Monday as we talk about this week's episodes.
Have a good weekend,
and we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye. Bye. If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.